Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to the Flying Fluffy Hockey live stream of the Panthers versus Red Wings. And I'm fairly certain it's going to be yet another easy 2 points for the opponent. So, Bob is still here. Greer is still here. Mixed by the scientist quoting Paul Maurice on the Bob rumors. I really think that somebody in Canada decided that Bob would be a good target. So it blew up for about 2 weeks. I think there might have been way more on the outside on that one than on the inside. Zito said he would rest some players to basically not end up with more injuries, or set people back with rehabs. It's Bob versus Gibson tonight. The Verhaeghe Bennett Kachuk line is back. Samo with Nosek and Boquist. Greer on the third line. Erod with Lundell and Reinhardt. Did you hear that?
What?
Verhaeghe, Bennett, Kachuk, Rodriguez, Lundell, Reinhardt. Samo is with Nosek and Boquist. Greer is on the third line. Does that mean it's Greer, Marchand, and Luosterainen on the line?
Where was Lundell?
With Reinhardt and Rodriguez.
Then yeah, probably Luosterainen maybe at 3C. All right, let me get this going on.
Yeah.
On the laptop here. Then I gotta go do my video. Interesting that. Where was Villainous? Oh, that's right. He got sent down.
So apparently Brennan Offman went to the Flames and Jacob Battaglia went to the Rangers. So the Nazem Kadri trade.
Oh, yeah.
Calgary retains 20% of Kadri's $7 million AAV salary.
Where's this game tonight being shown?
It's Nazem Kadri.
Oh, and it's NHL Network.
NHL
TV.
Network.
Hold on a second. Is that on YouTube TV?
It should be. It wouldn't be necessary to pull up the YouTube TV on that laptop. So Kadri and a fourth go to the Avalanche. Victor Olofsson, Max Curran, a first and a second all go back to the Flames. And Scott Lawton went to the Kings. Tanner Pearson went to the Sabres.
All right, well, bring it up and see if you can find it. I'm not having any luck. And I got to do my video.
Hello, David.
I think it's NHL Network tonight.
David says, take that squeaky away from Jaws, please. It's obviously becoming an addiction. All right, well, I'm going to...
Yeah, just do it. And then let me go record my video. And then I will get the Ethernet cord to put on the TV.
Okay.
Every night, the damn game's on a different channel. It's unbelievable.
The all-time leading American-born scorer is on the Red Wings. I'm pretty sure that's Patrick Kane. That is correct. Vilmanis is on the Vilmanis got sent down to the AHL. Where is NHL Network? Fubo or Sleen. So yeah. This is ridiculous. Here we go. Here's the game on Fubo. Yes, Vilmanus was sent down. That is correct. Pissed off Sabres fans, you say 3-2 Florida.
When you flip through the pages of our history, it may feel like the story has already been written.
Give me a second. I can't take the noise anymore. Really? Stop it. You're driving me nuts, huh? I'm going to cover you in the blankie. And then you stop making the noise because you want the blankie off. Yeah. Huh? You're driving me crazy. I don't know where your dad started giving you the squeaky in the middle of the live streams. Huh? Why would he do this to me? So I guess on a NHL Network, it's the Red Wings broadcast. That's great. Kadri being suspended as a condition on this trade was the funniest post you saw today. Seven to 5 Cats. How's the team doing today? We're about to find out. The Panthers kept Bob. They kept Bob. They kept Greer. So, just Kachucking around says now that the games don't matter, the Cats will play well.
All right. Okay, so we got it. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, well, this is on Fubo.
Oh, okay. Well, however it needed to happen, right? All right, I'll be right back in like 2 minutes.
Where
Okay?
you go?
What?
Lene's driving me crazy over here.
Hey, there, you can't chew on it.
That's what she does every
Did you cover
time.
her up in the blanket?
Huh?
Did you cover her up in the blanket?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Huh? Gee, I know. But you can't sit there and annoy poor Kyle. Oh, give me this. What is this? Some kind of ceremony?
Yeah, the Red Wings are celebrating their 100th anniversary.
Oh, okay, great. So that'll be like 7:30. Puck drop. Give me that squeaky toy. Give me the squeaky. Don't eat me. Oh, my good girl. Whoa. Give me it. I can't get it. Huh? All right, good girl. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, Jesus, 7-Eleven, and they're not even. All right. Oh, Kyle, put on a baseball game.
Maybe the Panthers can go after Yager.
And Labrador to win the Stanley Cup. Welcome number 11, Daniel Cleary.
So this must be very awesome for all the Red Wings fans.
Logging over 1,000 career games in the NHL. And 4-time Stanley Cup champion. Welcome number 18, Kurt Volpe. Fellow member of the grind line, accumulating over 1,100 games played in the wing wheel.
No, I did not see the Leafs game yesterday.
And 4-time Stanley Cup champion, number 33, Chris Draper.
When do we play Utah? That's a good question. No, this is not on ESPN Plus.
And now Hockey Town here for tonight's centennial ceremonial puck drop.
Let's see. It looks like we do not play Utah again for the rest of the season. Not even on our upcoming Pacific road trip.
And one of the greatest defensemen in the history of our game. Detroit Red Wings legend and former captain, number 5, Nicholas Lidstrom.
There's Nicholas Lidstrom.
At this time, we ask Aaron Eckblad of the Florida Panthers and Red Wings captain Dylan Larkin, please join Nicholas in center ice for tonight's ceremonial puck drop. Presenting tonight's ceremonial puck and representing the future of Hockey Town and the Little Caesars AAA Hockey Club, Henry and Josie.
Hello, Icy.
The past, the present, and the future of Hockey Town, celebrating 100 years of Detroit Red Wings hockey. Hockey Town, let's
100 years of Detroit Red Wings hockey.
presented by Bayer. What a wonderful
Funfish, this is the Red Wings centennial ceremony.
So I just now got the picture of you holding the pompano.
Tipsy says this season has felt like 100 years of hockey.
A golf escape that undeservingly isn't always top of mind for some golfers. That just doesn't make sense. We've handpicked 2 stops on this journey. The reimagined club at Star Pass, then it's 2 bad golfers.
Who's at home today? It's the Red Wings. The Red Wings are at home.
Welcome to a special edition of Breaking Park Destinations. Rain all month long on Breaking Park.
And this game is on NHL Network, so we've got the Red Wings home feeds.
Because of course.
because it's apparently too much to ask to be able to get the
That's all they got was
home broadcast for every team or your specific team.
Speakums.
We acquired Vinny. What's his name? Hinestroza. And we also we claimed Cole Reinhardt off of waivers, and that's it.
Our team put themselves in a pretty good position. And again, the players that we acquired for what it cost us to acquire them, we think it was just, I feel, and we as a staff felt it was justified to try and improve our team and give us a better chance of making the playoffs. And having
Well, that's good things. The Lightning are not going to get out of the East. I don't know. Acquiring Corey Perry gives the Lightning an excellent chance of winning the Eastern Conference Finals, only to lose the Stanley Cup Finals. You hope Minnesota or Utah win the cup now that they're Panthers West. Here we go. The game's about to start. Barman says, can we rest our guys already?
I don't think we'll be resting anybody until we come back home. That's basically what Zito said. Well, we already know it from tonight, so. Okay, good girl. Why don't you squeak them? Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Oh, I got it. Give me the ball. Give it to me. You are an asshole. Huh?
So it's John Gibson versus Sergei Bobrovsky.
Okay. Here we go. Good girl. All right. This is curling?
No.
Boy, what is it? 7:30 already?
No, it's only 7:18.
Oh, okay. You'll live. She'll stop in a few minutes.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, she'll stop.
Everybody, it seems like, was winning, trying to chase him to take that spot out of him. They'll try to get it figured out. The Florida Panthers, two-time defending Stanley Cup champs, and 3 years in a row.
So, all right, the first period is finally started. Ekblad helps turn over the puck to the Red Wings. Reinhardt over to Rodriguez. Bob with a good stop.
Bubba.
The starter is Bob for us and John Gibson for the Red Wings. So, I guess Colorado and Dallas play each other later.
Oh,
I wonder if Nazem Kadri made it.
Verhaeghe.
Misses.
No.
Rielson says, okay, I want the tank, but missing that breakaway is insane. Is John Gibson still on his hot streak?
I mean, he's had a good season. Chucky's in front. Can't get it.
Icy says, I can't wait for 7 more years of Bob. We'll have to wheel him out in a wheelchair. Damien says, what's up?
Oh, Bussey's got a 9-game win streak. I wonder where they got that guy.
Montreal 2 back of the Red Wings with 2 in hand there at Anaheim. Montreal, the only other Atlantic team playing tonight.
All right, so here we are.
As the Red Wings sit in the third spot.
Bob will reach his final form. The man, the myth, the legend, Scott Sterling. What's the longest Panthers losing streak this year?
This might be it. We're at 4, right?
I believe so, yes.
Maybe we've lost 5 straight, maybe. It's been a lot of, win a game, lose a game, win 2 games, lose a game, win a game, lose 2 games.
Pissed Off Sabres fan says the Stars' 10-game win streak is fraudulent. St. Louis 3 times. Chicago, Vancouver, Calgary. Does it even count? Henderson says, did you guys see the Lawton trade?
Yeah.
In 18 months, Toronto essentially traded a first and Grebenkin for a conditional third.
Yeah, well, not everything works out perfectly, right?
Gracie Bilio says, I am rooting for your team tonight.
Oh, we appreciate that. We can use all the help we can get.
Beck says, why do we still have Boquist?
We still have everybody. So, remember, we can still trade people in the summer. I mean, somebody's got to go. We got too many players. I mean, just if you just went down the list and said Barkov, Reinhardt, Verhaeghe, Bennett, Kachuk, Samoskevich, Lundell, Lusteran, and Marchand, Schwinn, you got Gadjevich signed. Like, where's Boquist? Where's Rodriguez? Where's Samoskevich? Where's Vilmanis? Like, somebody's got to go.
Bobby says, Kadri is back on the Avs. The last time he was on that team, they won. He even scored an overtime winner in the finals.
There's going to be something going on one way or another. Here's a beautiful quarterback to a receiver pass.
Yeah.
Verhaeghe, who kind of flubbed one on the back end. Yeah, outside the left goal post of John Gibson. Pretty good sportsman. He didn't take advantage.
I'll get her in a minute.
Thanks. 15 minutes to go in the first.
I understand if it's a human chewing, but it's a dog.
Verhaeghe has a full no movement clause.
Basically, everybody does. I wouldn't be surprised if they give Samoskevich one.
Funfish says, didn't Kadri get suspended last time he was on the Avs?
I think that's correct.
John Gabriel Pajot signed a 3-year, $4.85 million AAV extension with the Islanders.
Oh, here we go. Hey,
Bob
good
with a
save,
good
Bubba. Good job, Bubba. You got to earn that 7-year, $11 million contract.
And we turned over the puck in our
we got
own
it back.
Cleared up the center for A.J. Greer, who was held out of the lineup last night in the loss in Columbus because the expectation was that the pending UFA number 10 Greer.
So I think I just saw that our next game is not until
Not
Wednesday.
until Tuesday.
So we get Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo! The Sabres made a lot of trades today, yeah. If the playoffs started today, Tampa plays Montreal and Carolina plays Boston. All right, so Kulikov moves up the puck. Frozen Duckling asks, didn't Snowsick used to play for the Red Wings?
Previous two Stanley Cup seasons combined in terms of man games lost. There's a really good opportunity by
Alechka says, I'm actually looking forward to watching the playoffs without all the stress.
right up the middle.
Well, we'll be here.
They won't be happy with that. Wow, that's a beauty right there. And Finney, although he was hassled just a little bit, not enough to not get a pretty good scoring chance.
Craig says, bad scheduling. What's the point of a back-to-back with a 3-day gap? Well, because...
Well, one's on the road, one's at home, though.
Yeah.
Now, later on in the season, later on in the year, we play a back-to-back against Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh both nights.
Good grief. Yeah, the Avs traded for Nazem Kadri and they paid up first and second and Victor Olofsson for him.
Oof. But we know about giving up those first-round picks when you're trying to win a cup, don't we?
Yeah.
If it works, it's worth it. And if you're Colorado looking at the Eastern Conference right now, you got to be licking your chops.
All you have to do is look at the rest of their own conference outside of their central opponents. And they already know one of those opponents is guaranteed to be eliminated in the first round.
Well, exactly.
Cannot wait to hear the renewed arguments for they need to do 1 through 8 seeding system. To interdivisional matchups in the playoffs is dumb.
I mean, there is some truth to that. But no matter what system you have, people will complain.
Yeah. I wanted to see if it was possible to sometimes the thing legs. I wasn't sure.
Okay.
Oh, I could always back out and re-enter.
Oh, I don't have the thing plugged in, do I?
Corey Perry to the Lightning, meaning Lightning lose the Stanley Cup. What you doing?
The Ethernet cord to make it better.
Hey, Patelron, thank you for the 2. Thank you. Thank you very much, Patelron. He says, I'm surprised Greer, Bob, and Boquist weren't traded. No, we're not going to be covering any of the baseball classic games. So the major moves, according to NHL Network, were Kadri, Shen, Carlson, and Mackenzie Weegar.
Yeah.
They didn't even include Corey Perry on this list.
Oh, it's connected. Okay. Oh. Ah. Ooh.
See, Drew on to the Blues is so random. Colin asks Jaws, have you had a chance to see the Zito press conference?
Yeah, I watched it actually. Not long after it happened.
Henderson says, oh, by the way, I snapped my ankle, so that's my karma for being a dick to you.
What now?
That's his karma for apparently being a dick.
Nobody wants that.
Vegas, who was first in the Pacific Division at 72 points, has one less points than Boston, the second wild card in the East.
Yeah.
Vegas is first place in their own division and wouldn't even make the playoffs in the East. Why does your coach always look like he can't see? Oh, what a move by...
that's Bennett trying to be Connor McDavid. That's okay. It worked for him the other night.
So Brad Marchand's anytime goal score odds are apparently plus 280. He has better odds than Verhaeghe. 364 man games lost. Almost enough games to fill an entire calendar year.
Weird, they don't have Kachuk on that list.
Yeah, they didn't even.
They got Cole Schmidt on there, but not Kachuk. Oh, no. Hi, baby girl. You want to come up? Okay, come on. Come on. Come on, let's go. Good girl. Okay, there you go. Good girl. Get comfy.
Colin says, I guess you would go over some of your thoughts about the press conference in the recap or noon stream tomorrow. You were a bit surprised at some of the comments made.
Yeah, I talked a little bit about it in the recap already. We talked about it on the member stream a little bit. You know, he didn't want to give away any of the details in terms of Bobrovsky's contract negotiation and all that. And I guess in terms of resting guys, they're going to talk to the doctors and all of that when they get home tomorrow, I think is what he said. But Hinostroza and Reinhardt are going to play, he said, mainly for depth for these last 20 games. So I guess that means we're definitely going to be resting guys.
Chucky!
Hey!
The bells.
I didn't want to freak her out too much. Didn't know how she was going to react.
Florida collecting Reinhardt's, Vancouver collecting Pedersen's, and Anaheim collecting Carlson's. So I'll have to next commercial because we were massively behind.
Is that right?
We were a good minutes behind.
Oh, jeez.
Real
I
Cinema.
thought you had backed out and gone back in.
I did. Real Cinema says no. Dana, thank you for
Thank you, Dana.
the 5.
Thank you, Dana. Appreciate you.
Buffalo collects Erasmus's. Rasmuses? Rasmusai? Mr. Spock says, beats those Red Wings. It helps the Habs. So Kachuk with the goal for Hagee with the assist.
It's all fun and games until we win 15 straight and get in.
All right, so Larkin with the puck. Zabrango could not hang on to it. Phillips says, buy out Chucky. He's ruining the tank.
And we iced the puck.
I spoke to Dylan this morning. He was on the ice with an optional skate. And here's a look at Bennett and the pressure on Rasmussen. They muscle the
Right.
loose right there. It's actually for Hayes, second man in. And that really was the start of the puck ending up.
Silva says, wow, the difference between the Chucky line and every other line, any other line on this team is insane.
We good right now.
Lele wants to know what you are doing.
I'm taking a picture. Oh, good save
Olechka,
by
thank you
Bubba.
for the 5. Thank you.
Thank you, Olechka. Thank you. Much appreciated.
I've never loved a team like I love the Florida Panthers. This roster, especially even before the Cups, I had a feeling they were something special.
Oh, yeah, you're backing out now.
Yeah, Leia's watching the game for
Yeah,
a
she's
reason.
watching.
Marchand's blocked the goal that was going top corner.
Okay, so that's backed out and come back in.
Ben the Wolverine says, yo, guys, I am a Red Wings fan first, but a Panthers fan as well. I don't care who wins this game. Hey, Patel Ron, thank you for the 2.
Hey, thank you, Patel. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated,
Says,
bud.
It's dumb because it's dumb for the Leafs to tank because the Bruins get it. The Leafs pick is top 5 protected.
Oh,
So if they get a top 5 pick, they keep it. What kind of dog is that?
she's Pitbull.
Pit mix?
Yeah, pit mix, but I don't know what she's mixed with. She pretty much, I mean, you know, I know you're a good girl. I know.
It makes it a little bit easier.
The Leafs need to uber tank, says Rio. Yeah, watch them get 6. That would be the most hilarious outcome.
I don't think right now where we're at that, you know, I'm not saying I would never do it, but right now.
TSN's mock draft lottery had the Leafs winning and the Blackhawks getting the second overall pick.
The two were teammates for 3 seasons in St. Louis. Steve said he didn't tell him anything he didn't already know, but it goes to show how highly he regards.
Funfish says she reminds me of Scooby-Doo. The only mystery is being solved around here is how long she can chew on the squeaky toy before she drives me insane.
Hey, look, Staniskevich lost the puck along the boards.
Uncommon Truth Shaman says, I have 3 pits, 2 hounds, and a Pyrenees blackmouth cur.
Oh, wow. Here we go. Nope. Okay. Good job, AJ.
Christoph Sabres fan says, as our fellow brothers of the cursed expansion, I hope Vancouver gets the first pick. Maybe they won't squander it.
I wonder where McKenna would like to go.
Rodriguez on the move. Reinhardt cannot hang on to the puck. Well, Lundell with a good shot, but Gibson stops it.
Chicken al pastor is back at Chipotle, where fire meets flavor.
I think I am a little cuckoo tonight.
You're a little cuckoo tonight.
Chicken al pastor, where fire meets flavor. Great Clips gets.
I'd say we hold on to this lead for maybe 12 in-game minutes.
No, it's a 1-0 victory that spurs us to 15 straight wins in the playoff work.
If history has taught us anything, it's not to root against the underdog. You don't stand down. You spin. Kalshi, trade on anything.
Hey, should we pull Saquon off the field right now to submit his expenses?
You better not say yes.
Switch your business to rent.com.
All right, so yeah, the NHL has to explain to a national audience that silver is actually the championship in hockey. Hey Frank, thank you for the 5.
Hey, thank you, Frank. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated, bud.
How upset would you be if we don't get the protected first round pick?
I mean, look, if we don't get it, then that pick is gone. But if we do get it, we still have to give, another first round pick away. It's not like we're never going to have to give away that pick. So, I'm not like rooting for the tank. I can't root for them to lose. I don't have it in me.
Henders.
I can laugh when they lose, but I can't root for them to lose.
Who?
What?
Which team?
The Panthers, the tank.
Oh.
Saying I can't root for them to lose.
Toronto finishes in the 4th draft spot somehow. Florida finishes 10th. Lotteries to 3rd.
Oh, here we go.
Knocks Toronto to 6th and their pick to Boston.
Oh, Jesus,
Rodriguez.
At least hit the net, bud.
Yes, we got Vinny Hinostroza.
Yeah. All right, you getting down? Okay, good girl. Okay, kid. Good girl.
Bennett nearly gave away the puck. Ooh. Larkin had a good shot.
Not as good as the first chance the Red Wings captain had. It was just 3 games away from 800.
4:41 to go in the first. We slightly lead shots 6-5. Hotel Ron says basically Petrie for Hinostroza. You'll take it.
Basically, yeah.
Steven says in a wonderful Steve Dingle reaction. It is hypothetical, I think. The Capitals got David Kemp right away, and the Capitals got Timothy Liljegren. I thought Liljegren had been a Capital before. Yeah, there cannot be any serious rooting for the Panthers to lose.
No, I can't do it. Marchand with a steal. Oh,
Kulikov back again. He returned March 1st after being out since October 11th. One of the many injuries we've spoken of for the visiting Panthers. And went into
Grace sees Bilio says Bob is playing really good tonight. Luosterainen able to get just enough of the puck to keep it away from Detroit. Hey, look, it's Greer. Welcome back. You sat out of yesterday's game for no reason.
I know.
kept in at the line by Sherrod. The other side goes Samuel hit by Shine. And slowing it down, AJ Greer.
All right, so
Calgary, Boston, New Jersey, and Colorado.
now it's 3 minutes to go in the first.
Likely to be re-signed by the Panthers. They could come to terms. Not much against the cap right now.
Nosek moves the puck along.
Top 7 forwards are all signed.
And it is the other way, but there are 2 Panthers back at least.
They intercept that centering feed, and their top 4D all signed for 12 more years. The Samuskevich brings it in, but both their goalies are unrestricted.
Yeah, it's a good thing there was no Samo trades, I guess.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Good job, Bubba.
Nicely set up by Casper. Sherrod, fans yell, shoot.
Hey, there you go.
Bob
Good-
gloves
Good
it.
glove save.
Wait long enough to get
Bob's fighting for that contract.
up on a blue line.
Yeah. Guess they're not.
They've had a good period.
They're not gonna give up on him that easily.
No.
Steven says, "Hey, Bobby is supposed to be trash."
Probably known better than to go after the puck.
Lilia says, "No, he's a champion."
That's true.
About maybe Bobrovsky being dealt today. He owns the worst save percentage of his career at .873, a career that has spanned 16 seasons. And
So the Red Wings end up collecting the puck.
he wants to stay in Florida.
The initial shot goes wide. Rodriguez helps clear the zone.
Been below a .900 save percentage in his second season with Philadelphia. That was back in 2012. Been in Florida so long, his deal was signed by Dale Talon.
Less than 2 minutes to go in the first. I almost said third, but no, this game is not anywhere close to over.
What you doing, Lele?
You stop the count.
Goal scorer odds right now. James Van Riemsdyk at plus 480. Marco Casper the same at plus 480. And Emmett Finney puts goals.
Steven says he is amazing, just poking fun at the Bobby haters who only look at numbers and not the context.
Want to get back up? We're only going to be here a minute because I got to get up. Huh?
Leah says, "No, you don't get up."
I got to get up and do the recap here in like a minute and a half. Huh? Yeah. Oh, and then I'll let you out. Okay?
When is Edmonton not punching air? That's a good question.
Whoop. Careful. Mhm.
Picked up far side there by Verhaeghe. Didn't get out. Second try, they will. Ahead for Reinhardt.
And I am still insulted that Toronto is ahead of us in the standings.
Oh. Good. I know as bad as they've been, they did win a game though. Oh geez, did you see that bounce?
But
Oh,
Called by Mitch Dunning. And
Funfish, it's funny, I did not have caffeine today. Pissed off Sabres fan says about Leia, she is adorable, looks just like my girl, just different coloring. For Hagee, did you just slash Dylan Larkin? What is wrong? No, he slashed Dylan Comfort. For Hagee, what are you doing?
what are you doing, Lele? Careful, don't knock the wire out. Oh, you got your ball? Okay. Oh.
So
Yeah,
Detroit.
she's a good girl. She's a good girl. Oh. Yeah, please don't give up a goal here with 30 seconds left. Okay, it's out. Oh, Ekblad on a breakaway. Oh, he tried to do it too.
Sorry, buddy, you're not Cale McCarr.
He tried to do it, poor guy. Here we go.
This has more promise.
Yeah.
Go, go, go. No,
Oh.
no. Forsling. You are so lucky they didn't call that a penalty, Forsling. Yes, it is a power play for Detroit.
Okay, they let it wind down. Okay. All right.
So we are winning 1-0 after
We'll take
one.
it.
Still waiting for the tank modes to turn back on.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Lilia says, "Come on, Bob, lock in tonight. Show them what you're made for." The dude says, "Why are we leading? We're supposed to suck." The Panthers are simply trying to go on the just enough of a hot streak in order to get ourselves out of a top 10 spot and make sure Chicago is the benefactors of our losing and not us. Philip says, "Is the tank over already?"
So traffic is going to be a necessity for the Wings moving forward here. So that's what we'll look for over the next 40. Over the last 24 hours, we've been looking at the deadline.
Yeah, we might win. So Justin Falk went to Detroit. The Red Wings sent Elmer Soderblom to the Penguins and David Perron for a 4th-round pick. And Blues got Justin Hull, Dmitry Bushelnikov, 1st and the 3rd.
A ton of experience in tough situations, and you need that when you're in the playoffs. There's going to be a lot of moments where there's going to be a lot of pressure.
Barkov would only be coming back in the event of playoffs. Playoffs? Are we trying to talk about playoffs? Notable players acquired in the Atlantic. Corey Perry, Connor Garland for Columbus. The Sabres got Luke Shen, Logan Stanley, Tanner Pearson, and Sam Carrick. So they went shopping in Winnipeg. Hey, Rangers fans, are you happy that Vinny Trocheck is still in New York? Specifically, still on the Rangers? Mr. Spock says the Habs stayed put. It's not our time yet. Too young and some missing pieces. Good evening, Derek. Good evening, Dolphin. You heard Barkov would be back in April. Again, that's got to be only for playoffs. At age 40, he still got it, Trevor. So I'm real intrigued. The playoffs are going to be so exciting when we get to them. NHL and Aviation says, "Hey, Kyle, sorry I left randomly earlier. I was coping with our trade, which now in hindsight isn't that bad." Yeah. It's got to be better than Lou Lamoriello falling asleep every single trade deadline, right? It's got to be. The Red Wings, excuse me, the Islanders. The Islanders getting Braden Shen might help them out tremendously. Phillips says, Kyle, watch the fifth Rangers goal from last night. You've seen beer league teams with better defense than the Leafs. NHL and Aviation says, if we didn't get rid of Drouin, then you'd be more upset. Cruise Control thinks Colorado won the deadline. You could argue the Sabres were also a big winner in this trade deadline, in spite of Colton Parayko rejecting them with prejudice.
Hello? Mama Bergen 85 lives here? Yep, that's my mom. The absolute legend who went from gaming on her phone to ruthless online streaming slayer with no mercy for any living thing is your mom?
Hey guys. Apples with peanut butter?
Yeah, Tampa Bay lost by getting the Corey Perry curse. Hey, TK, thank you for the 15. Thank you very much, buddy. Much appreciated. Mr. Spock says the Sabres and Bolts are coming out of the East this year. Sabres or Bolts. Well, the Bolts did their best to ensure they'll go to the Cup Finals by getting Corey Perry, but they're not going to win the Cup Finals unless they cut Corey Perry or bench him after they win the Eastern Conference Finals. Hadrada says Ducks are in a good spot in the Pacific. If Dostal gets hot, you can see them make a conference finals in a weak Pacific. Knights are still the Knights, though. NHL Aviation says this deadline sucks. The only winners of it, in your opinion, were the Blues and the Wild. If the Heat win versus the Hornets tonight, they could be within the top 6. But that's good. I see we're the only game that started this early tonight. Colorado Dallas starts in approximately 10 minutes. Then you got Chicago, Vancouver, Carolina, Edmonton, Montreal, Anaheim, Minnesota, Vegas, and St. Louis, San Jose. I see the Red Wings are in third place in the Atlantic, 3 points behind the Sabres. And the Blue Jackets are on a 3-game win streak and just 1 point back of a wild card spot. I see this week's third place in the Pacific is those damn Oilers. Can't the Sharks overtake them already, please? The wild card teams are the Mammoth and the Kraken. Glenn Eaton says it's the kiss of death acquiring Corey Perry. Any team I think will have a collapse and miss the playoffs. Please be the Oilers. Please be the Oilers. Please be the Oilers. Philip, you still think Seattle is going to do it? No one is talking about them enough. They also got faster with McMahon. Steven says their best shot was that Game 7 and Bob stonewalled them. NHL Navation says it has me nervous. I need Columbus to lose.
I've been told my whole life that I'm pretty fast for a girl. Well, I hate to break it to you,
Henderson, you think the Penguins or the Isles fall apart?
because with your guys' team, you had your own.
Well, the Penguins and Islanders are
I'm not fast for a girl.
both at 75 points. They're almost assuredly not overtaking Carolina anytime soon, which leaves the Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets are at 72 points, and the Capitals are at 69 points. And pretty much those are the only two teams that have a shot of overtaking Pittsburgh and or the Islanders in the Metro. I will gladly root for Columbus to say kick Boston or especially those damn Habs out of a playoff spot. I'll gladly take that for Johnny Hockey. I'm delirious tonight. Henderson says, I don't think they will, but with how the Isles can struggle for goals and the Pens haven't, albeit reinvigorated Skinner and net. Hardrada, you don't see the Oilers missing the playoffs. Keen's offloaded and they have better star power than the Sharks.
Who's Wayne Gretzky?
He was accepted into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's nice. But with Discover, I get accepted basically anywhere.
NHL Aviation says, don't kick my Isles out, please. Schaefer, just for Schaefer alone, I think the Islanders are safe. Colorado would murder the Oilers. Oh, most assuredly. Honestly, take your pick. Which of the remaining wild card / third place team in the Pacific that fell to wild card, which of them actually has a chance to embarrass the Avalanche in the first round? The Oilers, the Mammoth, the Kraken, the Sharks, the Canes, the Preds. There's also a non-zero chance the Ducks could fall. They're the only Western Conference team in a playoff spot besides the Kraken that have a negative goal differential. Yes, it would be funny if the Avalanche lost in the first round, but not to the Oilers. That's no funny. Henderson says, the Avs have recently shit the bed in the first round. You can't rule it out. Mr. Spock says, my grandma could emerge from the Pacific Division this year. Steven says Sharks to embarrass. Oilers winning wouldn't be an embarrassment. Mammoth if they're there. Ducks if they fall and find a hot streak into the playoffs. Tony says Minnesota will beat Colorado. That's my pick for Western Conference Finals, essentially.
Hockey is better on the NHL app. In the NHL now, there's so much talent from around the globe. These players are making big names for themselves. We try to have as much family time as we can. I usually play extra better when there is something on the line. A lot of these players are going to have an impact on the Olympics. Welcome to my world, to my world. Welcome to my world. Wings trailing 1-0 after one. Let's look at our.
You're calling Stars versus Lightning.
Whenever you're winning them at that frequency, you got to think in the end, they won one of the goal by Chuck.
Hadrada thinks the Wild will choke as always. Oh, look, we're already losing 66-34 in the face-offs. Hadrada, you think the Wild will choke as always, though maybe Quinn carries them. Yeah, Quinn Hughes, I am banking on him being what finally gets the Wild past the first round.
Good on Florida to get on that puck quick. It's just circumstance, if anything, didn't blow the Wings away on that. And to Chuck, who has 6 goals in 16 games, Barry's at no chance for Gibson.
Florida's on the second end of a back-to-back. How do you think that'll play out over the next 40?
Well, I quantify this. They played a heck of a lot of hockey the last 2 years, Trevor, and they're going to get tired in the third period. I think the Wings stick to their forte. Don't get away from their game like you did last game, and it's to be successful tonight in the end.
Look at Brad Marchand. Third time's a charm for this guy. Hopefully it's not kind of frustrating easy for the Panthers without the way. Second period. Chicken out that door back at Chipotle. We're fired.
Yeah, Boldy could show up for Minnesota. Mr. Spock says Minnesota giving up a second for McCarron made you laugh. NHL Aviation says, assuming the Islanders don't make the finals/playoffs, you would like Colorado Buffalo. Yeah, that'd be intriguing. Bobby says Vegas and Edmonton likely meet in the second round again. One of them will face one of the big three, Colorado, Dallas, or Minnesota.
When you say let's go to breakfast, you really
nice try, Barman. Hadrada says Wild are just like the Oilers of Ben. Star power. Are Kaprizov and Quinn enough to push them through the gauntlet of Dallas and Colorado? They have a goalie better than Skinner/Jari, though.
work with principal so we can help you with the plan that's right for Jan. Let our expertise round out yours.
In the NHL, silver
Mr. Spock says the Oilers couldn't defend even if their life depended on it. Oh, this should be good.
What?
ESPN put out their 6 winners and 6 losers of the NHL trade deadline.
Obviously, never really want to go on a losing streak or lose a couple in a row. So I think there's some, desire to get back in the win column after a while.
What does that smell?
Coaches have done a great
What
job
smell?
all year as far as
Smells
not keeping us
almost
down.
like gas.
Comfortable in the position we're in. never fun to lose games, but you always want to learn from them as well. I think they've done a great job preparing for them.
Keens are in their sunset years, trying to have decent send-off years for Kopitar and sooner or later Doughty. Mr. Spock says the Colorado has 2 solid centermen, and they added 2 with Roy Waugh and Kadri.
Within the room to the point now where the coaches, they don't have to say much. By the time they hope to get to the playoffs, it'll all be player driven, and the coaches don't have to say much. They can just roll the lines out there. And the
Yeah, so the winners, according to ESPN, Colorado Avalanche, the Foligno family. The Foligno family both can chase the Stanley Cup championship together in Minnesota. Player empowerment.
Player empowerment.
Because of the trend of the deadline, where the trades leaked to the media before the player involved in said trade had agreed to waive his trade protection.
Did you at some point back out and come back in?
No.
You have one job, Borat.
The Anaheim Ducks, the Blues, the Flames, the losers. Goalie trade type.
Yeah.
The Sabres, I guess, for the Capitals now and in the future. The Oilers, whoever finishes 5th and 6th in the Pacific Division.
All right, well, we killed that off.
The Bruins. Okay. Well, it just says, not going to lie, the Red Wings jersey is fire.
Oh, almost, Nicola.
Did not dress on Wednesday. The upper body injury missed that game. Sebastian Kosa.
All right, so Mikkola with the puck. We are going on the power play.
Yep. Was it a toe pick? Did Kane get a stick in there? Let's see.
Bark. Bark. So Patrick Kane gets called for tripping Mikkola.
Okay.
Well, if you didn't like the slash, you probably don't like that one either, Mr. Referee.
It's debatable. Mikkola sort of looks like he fell over by himself.
Interesting.
I don't know how he ended up so far behind, according to Alechka.
Well, you were supposed to pull out and come back in.
Yeah.
But you did not, and so now we are behind.
Martian.
NHL is just basically showing us the Red Wings feed on tape delay, I think.
Alechka says on his end it's 13 seconds left on the power play. We're
Jesus.
well over a minute.
Just back out and come back in then.
I guess
And
we're not
Alechka's
missing
a girl.
No,
Always say him.
How are we so far behind?
Because it's not a satellite dish anymore. Everything is on a stupid app.
And we
That's
are.
it. We killed the penalty off. Yep.
It's the fast forward button.
Yeah.
It's the fast forward button. For Hagee's shot stopped by Gibson.
Kept it in one more time. The other side goes no shit.
When's the last time you seen the golden retriever puppy next door?
I haven't really been outside that much
I see.
to begin with.
Her and she wants to play so bad with Lele.
Oh,
She does the running along the fence.
there's the Red Wings, and there we are. Blue Jackets are just 1 point out of a playoff spot. They'd be winning the Pacific. The Blue Jackets.
Is that right?
Yeah, well, the Golden Knights have
Yeah.
the same number of points. The Blue Jackets would be Pacific Division leaders right now. Real Cinema sighs and says, imagine if we were healthy the whole year. The Avalanche have already made it 1-0 against the Stars. 15 minutes to go in the second. Apparently, snack wraps are back at McDonald's.
I didn't know there was a thing called snack wraps in the first place.
Greer with the puck. Wonder if it lags specifically during the commercials.
It's possible. Oh,
it goes in.
That would be it.
All right, so Verhaeghe trying to chase down the puck, but the Red Wings will collect it. And now, Bob with the
good
stop.
Job, Bubba. All right, let me see if I can get her in. Soon that's a commercial, right?
Yes, with 13:55 to go in the second.
Back out and go back in again every commercial. Hey, Knuckles. How we doing, Bill?
Dreams. Only dreams can turn failure into beauty, headwinds into forward progress, and a fraction of a second
All right.
into something timeless. Once you have a dream, there's no telling how
Somebody is turning into Fluffy over here. She's ignoring me when I call her.
If history is taught us anything, not to root against the numbers.
I want to see where she is.
Mr. Spock thinks the Oilers will have their hands full with the Ducks in the Pacific. Yeah, we got Vinny Hinostroza. He actually was, I believe, a prospect that built one of the first moves Bill Zito made as GM of the Panthers was to get him. So Malkin got a 5-game suspension. And we got Cole Reinhardt. So least surprising news. Malkin got a 5-game suspension.
5 games. Woo. Good girl, baby. Go ahead and lay down. 5 games, damn. Oof, boy, here we go with the shooting gallery thing.
What? We've only surrendered 10 shots in this game.
We had a lot of shot attempts that they've missed and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like last night when we had 50 attempts and only 14 shots on goal.
Yeah. Hadrado says Pittsburgh in shambles. What makes you say that?
Well, no Crosby, no Malkin. I mean, but I think they're secure enough in their spot.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be funny if they're the team that tanked and we won 15 straight and got in? That's funny because it was Pittsburgh that tanked the first year. Remember? The Vegas
yeah,
year.
I remember.
Yeah.
Well, Columbus might be the biggest beneficiary of a potential Pittsburgh collapse.
Yeah, Columbus, yeah.
Yeah. Columbus could easily get back into a top 3 position in the Metro if things go their way. Glenn is happy regarding the limited moves at the deadline. How about you?
Yeah, I'm content with it. Let's let it play out with free agency and see what happens. Oh. Chucky, just take that shot, man. We're 10 points out. Just take this shot.
This is fun. Oh, good. The Red Wings cleared the puck for us. Henderson says Malkin channeled Jason Voorhees. Marchand took the puck and Greer, I thought, had a chance for a shot. Oh no, it is 3-on-2 the other way.
Well, I think Bubba got a piece of that.
Perhaps. Luosterainen.
Another cross ice pass. What are we doing, guys?
Isn't that our bread and butter? And that puck went into the crowds.
Yeah, somebody got a puck.
They're not going to get too many better chances, and we'll show you in a moment. Look at the tip right here by
Oh,
Petty.
what a tip.
What you want to do, go to the front of the net. And Pelican did a nice job with the kick.
Hardrado says Jackets 3 points out currently with a. They're only 1 point out, I saw. With good trajectory. 8-1-1 in the last 10. If they can channel 2 more great sets of 10-game sequences, they can make the playoffs.
Who's that?
The Blue Jackets.
Oh, yeah. I'm hoping the Sharks overtake the Oilers. They're 4 points out, but they got 3 games in hand on them.
Yeah, well, it's certainly not going to be the Kings. They were basically sellers, although they strangely did buy a player too. 1 point out for wild card, 3 points for top 3 division. Oh boy.
Nice save,
what a
Bubba.
save by Bubba.
Good job, Bubba. And now we got a penalty.
For interference. Oh, what the hell just happened? Rodriguez. So that's Sider in pain.
Well, they just kind of ran into each other. They just accidentally ran into each other.
How are we back to 90 seconds behind?
Well, then back out and come back in. I don't see it. Did you do it on the commercial?
So they only called a minor on Lundell.
I mean, this is getting ridiculous in this game here. Do the best we can, but
Olechka says I'm exaggerating. Henderson says I want FutureLink internet too. So
Yeah, so they're still going over the penalty here. So we didn't jump ahead at all, really.
Here we go. It is a Detroit power play.
We're starting the power play now.
And now the frame rate is gone.
I see it.
There we go. Forsling helping the tank.
Yeah. Until we get a shorty. Oh,
Forsling?
Oh, no, they're going to call that?
Why, Forsling? Why?
Oh, come on. Eat a bag of dicks, ref. Come on.
Yeah, if they score, it's your fault, Forsling. To be fair, that trip that Mikkola drew, he sort of went, whoa, whoa, whoa. Real Cinema's laughing his freaking ass off at you. So now Detroit gets 90 seconds of two-man advantage. Henderson says, well, this is the last painkiller the docs gave me. Just pain tomorrow. Sorry if I zonk out early.
Yeah.
All right, so Raymond's waits.
Oh, okay. I mean, we can't win 15 straight if we lose this game. Good
Bob
job,
with
Bubba.
the stop.
There you go. Yeah, drag his ass out of there. Two-man advantage for a minute and 8. This is annoying listening to the Detroit's announcers.
So 9:09 to go in the second. Patrick Kane shoots.
Oh no!
And then there's the rebound. That went straight. That went straight to the Brinkets.
Oh wow.
Forsling. So that's the Brinkets' 200th point as a Red Wing. Yeah, Bob has had terrible luck this year.
It just goes right to the Brinket.
And he can,
I mean, just like there's nothing
just
in the
T-balls it into the nets.
It's just been every game this year. It just is what it is.
Olechka says, okay, time to drink.
No.
That's the Brinkets' 200th points for the Red Wings. That's why he's celebrating.
Just nothing you could do, obviously.
So it's still a Detroit power play for almost 90 seconds. So we still have to kill the penalty. Having a lead in this game was nice while it lasted, and while we weren't getting outshot 15-9. Yes, lift the frustrations away.
We got a 3-on-2 here. Oh. Now here they come. Oh, great.
It's a 3-on-1.
Oh, my God.
Only Kulikov.
Hey, they screwed it up.
Larkin missed it. Now Larkin passes it over to Raymond. Raymond sends it around. Sider held it in the zone. Raymond stopped by
Let's see,
Bob.
Bubba. Jesus.
Bob with a couple of good saves on this penalty kill. Bob is like, where's vodka? I need drink. I not even get traded to real contender.
Another solid save there. He's right now with 17 shots on goal.
That goes under Kulikov. Jesus.
Kachuk has 6 goals this season. Does that mean he already has more than Samo this entire
Shut
season?
that hole in your face.
What? I'm just spitting facts.
I will take that trip and leave you here. All right, so the game is tied. Boy, they got a lot of shots on those 2 power plays.
Henderson says, Bob caused my flat tire. Silva says, how we looking, guys?
Oh, here we freaking go.
2-on-1.
And they screwed that up, too.
Well, the puck got tipped.
Yeah, the guy passed when he should have just taken the shot.
We are,
The same.
the same
The same.
in every facet.
Pretty much the same. The luck is the same. We look the same.
I mean, it's not completely lifeless.
No, it's not bad. It's just the same. It's just the same.
Florstein with the puck.
We've been competitive in a lot of games where we didn't get points. A lot of games that we should have got a point.
Why
couldn't get to overtime?
Why do the Panthers suck this year? Injuries.
I mean, there's like a million different reasons.
DeBrinket versus Bunk in the brackets for cool names.
Oh. Good job, Colin.
That's nice. But we discover.
Well, according to that was basically no skip at all.
Okay, well, that's fine. Just do the best you can.
That's why they have online check-in in the Great Clicks app.
Well,
Haircut on your schedule and get right back in the game. Download the Great Clicks app.
all right, Kyle. Oh, we'll just take you to get a haircut before you leave.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's take you to get a haircut before you leave.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to go to that.
But at some point, if you're gonna want that part out of your hair, you're gonna have to get it cut like super short and let it grow back out. Like maybe when you get back from vacation.
I thought about making a day at the salon in Florida. I had given it some thoughts.
Well, we'll talk about it.
Bobby says, we're all tired, Jaws. Yeah, the Rangers' third regulation win at home this season against the Leafs. Toronto has lost 6 in a row.
They get the momentum on their side now. The home team does. Red Wings looking for their first win in 5 here at Little Caesars Arena. 0-2-2. The previous 4 since a 8-1-1 run.
Mhm. All right, so 5:52 to go in the second.
As property manager, I use family heating and cooling because they're honest, they're on time, and fair priced.
Contact us today to find out what our family can do for your family.
Here's a look at a Warrior Aaron Ekblad, the 2015 Calder Trophy winner. Had a lot of injuries in his career. 30-year-old, toughest nails on a mile, approaching 800 pounds.
The broadcast just called Ekblad toughest nails. You hear that?
Yeah. Well, he is. You can't question Ekblad's toughness.
All right, so Reinhardt's over to Ekblad.
Yeah. When's the last time we had a shot on goal?
That's a good question.
You've been at 10 for a long time.
Being on another unit for a couple of games in the period when they switched in the loss in the third to Carolina.
Haven't seen a lot of the fourth line either. Not in this period.
Someone mentioned parrots here. There used to be.
Oh no! Good job, Bubba.
There used to be a macaw at the Brevard Zoo.
Yeah.
The zoo I went to as a kid. And you could hear him every once in a while. He would, you know what he would say? Back to work.
Is that right?
Yeah. That's the phrase he picked up. Why are they playing the Wellerman's Shanty in Detroit? You'd think that'd be something that saved for the Lightning. They're the closest to a Buccaneer theme. Or the Kraken. What? Is it just because of the octopus? The octopi that get thrown on the ice? The Brinkett.
We at least get a shot on goal or something, guys.
Sixth player the past 40 years to win 3 or more cups. His first 6 seasons, Carter Verhaeghe.
I wonder if are the Leafs fans at least happy they got rid of McMahon?
I mean, I think, they're generally happy with the assets. I didn't watch the Dangle video, but, he knew that they were going to be trading those guys. I think they also thought OEL was going to be gone. He didn't play the other night. But there was a lot of non-movement out there this year,
Oh, that's because Steve Dangle is furious.
Oh, really? What was he mad about?
Probably because of so few players getting moved.
So interesting. Also the thing is with the no LTIR rule, of course that was going to cut down on the trades.
Mm-hmm.
Because how many teams would have normally had some cap space to work with this time of year? But instead, they don't.
Download the Thumbtack app and start caring for your home today.
Finance meeting 5.
Roger says the worst trade Toronto made was Mitch Marner. Dangle is mad at the Lawton deal, apparently.
What'd they get for him?
Multiply what's possible at Ramp.com.
Let's see. A third round pick, which becomes a second rounder if LA makes the playoffs. For Scott Lawton.
Yeah, it might be a little bit weak.
And this is after they got a second and a fourth for Bobby McMahon.
Yeah, I could see where. I mean, I wouldn't be like massively pissed off, but that's his brand.
Apparently, they had paid a first for him.
They paid a first to get
and
him.
only got a third. That could be a second.
Not fantastic asset management.
Maybe Dubas was not the problem.
Oh, I think they already know that.
They gave up a first and a prospect for a third.
Jeez.
How's that prospect doing, by the way? Yeah, Shanahan was the problem. Clearly.
Yeah, that's the other thing that these guys are talking about, the lack of the double retention in the trades, too.
Double retention, what does that mean?
That means that's the thing where, like, let's say as an example, if instead of trading Knight and a first to Chicago, or excuse me, instead of sending Knight and a first for Jones to Chicago, and they took 25% of the salary, it would have been Knight goes to Chicago, and the first goes to another team, and Jones would go to the other team, and then the other team would send Jones us, and they would get the first, and the other team would have retained 25%.
Oh, I see.
So it used to be to where you could divide it up between teams, say, hey, we'll give you a third, we got a lot of cap space, we'll give you a third round pick, or give us a third round pick and we'll eat some of the salary for you. Now you can still technically do it, but the player would have to actually be on the roster of the middle team for like 75 regular season days.
Jeez.
Yeah, so like if you were going to do it, you'd have to like trade a guy in like October so that you'd be able to use them later on in the season. Just kind of they just basically made it impossible, but still technically possible.
Tony says 3-1 Dallas. Bobby says Cowan will be a stud for the Leafs in the years to come. I know that. Yeah, Craving, to answer Craving's questions of how's Jones doing,
I don't
he
know
was doing great until he got injured.
Yeah, Jones is doing really good for us. I wouldn't be surprised if they're considering just shutting him down for the rest of the year. Like if he's still can't quite get right and it was a broken collarbone, like why even bother at this point? Just let him rest.
We are going on the power play.
Okay.
Henderson says Shanahan was the problem. Dubas was the problem. Keefe was the problem. Trillivine is the problem.
Right.
Berube is the problem. The players are the problem. Was Jones our best D man?
Yes.
This season, at least.
This season, yes.
And then he got injured.
He was our most valuable D man because he allowed Ekblad and Forsling to not have to play an absurd amount of minutes. All right, so we got PP time. Mark. And we lose the draw, and it's right out.
Boston, the Sharks, and Chicago all do not have a captain. Your picks for captain would be Celebrini, Bedard, Apasta. Mr. Spock says a lot of teams were burnt in past years at the trade deadline. GMs are smartening up. Major trades will happen during the summer.
Yeah.
Ekblad to Kachuk.
Oh, boy, they read that play.
No, we're not watching on cable. We're watching on Fubo.
Fubo.
And that is the end of this. So this game is now tied at 1.
Okay.
This is absolutely riveting.
Oh, quit your complaining.
We're still at 10 shots on goal, by the way.
Damn. That's not good. I think that's like another 15 minutes to have a shot on goal.
So yeah, DeBrincat scored on the power play. Mr. Spock says Toronto is example number 1 of a team who got burnt at the trade deadline. Oh, looks like Colorado cut into the deficit. It is a 3-2 Dallas leads at the end of the first. That's a potential Western Conference Finals preview unless Minnesota actually makes it past the first round. Yeah, now they're desperate for draft picks. Why didn't OEL get traded today?
And as you say, batted it in on a mid-air. And Trevor, there's before play moments in the game that are big. When you get a 5-on-3, the excitement on his face tells you it all. He's loving every minute of that. In case he get one of the most unorthodox assists ever, off the backboard or off the glass or whatever you want to call it, in the perfect hand-eye coordination by 93 in red for his third goal of the year. I should have remembered that.
Dave says Cole Reinhardt was a solid depth pickup. No, we have no idea what the price for moving Bob would have been. Olechka says Treliving asked for a first rounder among others for him. I'm sure the Leafs fans are just thrilled with how Treliving approached this deadline. Hey, Jeff, thank you for the 100s. Jeff Talbot's 100s. Says he's at the game and sending love to Panthers Nation.
Hey man, thank you, Jeff. Much appreciated, brother. Thank you, man. Glad you get to be at the game. Maybe we'll actually win one for you. Thank you, bud. Much appreciated, man.
So McKinnon is 102 points and McDavid is 105 points. Mr. Spock says OEL is a good defenseman, but he's 34 years old. Teams weren't willing to pay the price. Are you headed upstairs? Could you give me water? Yeah.
Watch OEL be the guy we get back next year as our annual rotating defensive bottom pair guy.
empowering NHL club front offices with streamlined access to league, team, and player data using the SAP Business Technology platform, turning insights into action.
AT&T's been carrying America's calls since the 1800s. When you've been around that long, you can spot a hustle coming from a mile away. T-Mobile is the master of breaking promises. While they stay caught up in untruths, AT&T keeps building what matters.
This commercial for AT&T is very inaccurate. The dude's just picked up a tumbleweed with his bare hands. Anyone who knows anything about tumbleweeds, those tumbleweeds are thorny. Extremely thorny. Like, they make rose bushes look tame by comparison. If you try to pick up a tumbleweed with your bare hands, you will be screaming in agony. Tumbleweeds are actually a big problem in the West. They're an invasive species. You cannot just pick up a tumbleweed with your bare hands.
This is Candy Crush Saga, where Sweet just got serious.
Compete in All-Stars and make it to the live final.
For your chance to win a share of $1 million.
So,
Play Candy Crush All-Stars now.
Serico revolutionized card games with
not many tumbleweeds during the winter in Canada.
slickness and shine that you love now comes with an industry-leading 50-wash guarantee.
Introducing Ceramics Next Generation Paint Series. Ceramic Platinum. Just spray it on and let
All right, so Vancouver and Chicago are already tied at 1. Not even 3 minutes into that game.
And the NHL now. Oh, here we go. There's so much talent from around the world.
I usually play actually better when there's something on the line. Welcome to my world, to my world. Welcome to my world.
All right, so
Let's get talking on FanDuel Sports Network is brought to you by McDonald's of Michigan. Snack wraps are back. And by your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers. Well, the Red Wings are collaborating with Kilo & Company on Thursday, March 19th. Enjoy a girls' night out ticket package and get...
hey, Derek, thank you for the $2. Thank you very much. That is very kind of you. Olechka says, to be exact, Drager believes the ask from the Leafs for OEL to Edmonton was a first, a second, and a prospect. Good grief. I don't think the Oilers are that desperate for defensive help. I don't know if they would have traded a first, a second, and a prospect for Bob.
Okay, fine, I sold it to Carvana. So you'll come. What am I gonna walk?
Sell your car to Carvana today.
Josh, you're a pro ball podcast and a wine connoisseur. Is there anyone doing as much as you right now?
Only Tommy John. They're doing the most. Soft, stylish, and supportive. This is underwear with game.
Our sales are certainly to go through the roof.
Are you for imprint certain?
Everybody loves space chickens. Don't they?
Certainty matters. So when you need the right high-quality promotional products,
Desperation time brings desperation measures indeed.
wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team by visiting 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
They might count you out.
They might doubt you.
So, does anyone have predictions for the third period?
You say let's go to breakfast? You mean let's go to McDonald's? Obviously.
So,
To Yay with a 2 for $5 deal.
here's a random question. Which trades through today, which trades today specifically do you believe was the most utterly baffling, either for one or for both teams involved? Shall you bet over 2.5 total? Well, for the game? What, for the game or for a team? Because we're already at 2 total goals if we're talking the game. Oh, the Canucks have taken a 2-1 lead over the Blackhawks. Perry to the Lightning. And yeah, Ken Hollins was actually a genius for once. He got a second. Over 2.5 is already guaranteed for the game, because one of these teams has to score again for there to be a victor. So that would be 2 + 1 = 3. There wasn't many exciting trades aside from Kadri and Perry. Don't forget Braden Shen to the Islanders. The McCarron trade the other day was bonkers. A second for a 4th-line player who barely skates is stupid.
Than ordinary doormats. Muddy Mat doesn't just catch dirt, it locks it in. Whether it's mud, snow, sand, or water, every step on your new Muddy Mat leaves your floors spotless. And its reinforced rubber backing keeps it firmly in place. No more slipping or sliding. Perfect for your entryway, kitchen, bathroom, or even under your pet's food bowl, Muddy Mat absorbs up to 5 times more water. And when it's time for a cleanup, just toss it in the washing machine and it comes out looking as good as new.
Dog parents.
Any chance for overtime?
Floors have never been so clean. I mean, both Ruby and Blue came in covered in mud, and this anti-mud mat left their paws sparkling.
I've got muddy mats all over the house. I even use one as a bath mat. It feels so good under my feet. It's so soft. Non-slip backing makes it safe too.
With multiple dogs have always struggled with having dirty.
All right, so I wonder how quickly the Canes will be laughing at the Lightning for actually giving them a second rounder for Corey Perry.
70% off and get your free Muddy Mat today. But hurry, this exclusive offer is available only for a limited time. Once they are
3-1 checkers after 2. You betted on 1 goal scored in the 3rd period. Mr. Spock says Kadri as the Avalanche's new 3rd-line centerman guarantees them a trip to the finals, in your opinion. Collins says Gregor got a 5-hole goal.
Each team has scored the first 40 minutes of this one. Chris, what else do you see on the scrap in the stands of the game? Going sticking with their game. Unlike last game, they got away from the 3rd period. Cost them in the end. They're real good. They're getting flexible. They're getting the forecheck. Being real good defensively. The thing is,
all right, so
more time in the offensive zone. Obviously, not going to get chances. Only 6 chances for the Panthers. Not a heck of a lot in the second with only 4 shots. We will have to kill a penalty to start the 3rd period, but we'll get to that after we get to this guy. Oh, what did you do?
So the Panthers are on the power play to start the 3rd period, by the way.
Chicken Al Pastor is back at Chipotle, where fire meets flavor, where heat meets pineapple sweet, where chicken meets the sizzle of the grill, and where fans meet their favorite.
All right, so I'm just sitting here waiting for the third period to start and wondering how quickly the Panthers' hopes for victory shall be dashed tonight.
There's an easier way. From little fixes to big projects, taking care of your home is easy with Thumbtack. Download the Thumbtack app and start caring for your home today.
We need to talk about soda because coffee's changed it for the better forever. It's a better for you soda with 5 grams of sugar and ingredients you can love. Soda's back, but so much better.
We're challenging the standard.
So if you had to predict who scores the next goal for either team, who would you take? Mr. Spocky wants the Panthers to win. It would help your Habs in the standings. You're in tough spot against the Ducks tonight. Glenn thinks the Panthers will score on the power play. Interesting.
I've been told my whole life that I'm pretty fast. For a girl. Well, I hate to break it to you, but that's not true. Because with the right team, you write your own story. So no, I'm not fast for a girl. I'm fast, period.
It's time to stir up the conversation. See how we rank the best of the week. Loads of stars! And see if you agree. Tune in every week for the results of Top Shelf. Saturday, 6 a.m.
Let's see, how close are we? How close are we to the third period? So the Red Wings broadcast is celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Chris Osgood goalie goal. At the time, Chris Osgood was only the third NHL goalie to ever record a goal. Hello, Leah. Dave H10s just wants to see Bob finish the game in the net and not get pulled.
Right? Oh, well, we'll go out later. No, right now. Come on. We should be just about ready, right?
Well, don't forget there was a late starts to this game.
No, I mean for the commercial. All right. You want to go outside still, kid?
I figure it's only a couple more minutes, but yeah, you probably have enough time to. So the Canucks now have a 3-1 lead over the Blackhawks.
Sunday Sports. Now I got to wrap it up because this third period's going to start, and it's going to be a good one for the Wings.
Hey, you know what? He can watch that forever too. Just go online like we just.
Oh, the third period started.
Okay. Great stuff, guys, and thank you.
Even the broadcast seemed a little caught off guard. Mr. Spock says, "You are way behind. There's 10 minutes left."
Okay, good.
Hey,
Hey,
score!
all right.
Is it another Chucky
Is
goal?
it?
I want to
Chucky?
wait. I want to wait until the replay.
I guess it's Chucky. Look at it.
Kachuk hat
All
trick
right.
watch.
Yeah.
So someone here had called us scoring on the power play, and we did. Wow.
Okay.
So Johansson could not get the puck past Marchand. Henderson says, "I feel like we're all in that one scene in Spaceballs." Which scene? Glad you called it. Sweet. So with 19:09 to go in the third, we have a 2-1 lead. Sean says 10-game win streak. Marchand's getting the lone assist on the goal. Silva says Matthew Tkachuk single-handedly dragging this team away from a lottery pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vancouver up 3-1 on the Blackhawks. This is not Chicago's year, sadly. Connor Bedard will have to try again next year. Marchand could not get enough of the puck. It's a 2-on-1 the other way. Oh boy. Bob with the stop. Oh wait, we're on the power play again.
Wonder what happened. They didn't tell us.
I'm pretty sure I think they showed it and we didn't pay attention. Ludicrous speeds. Did anyone make a big trade today? The biggest trades were Nazem Kadri to the Avalanche, Corey Perry to the Lightning, and Braden Shen to the Islanders.
Oh, almost the Chucky.
Hamzazana says, "Thanks, mate. I won my bet."
Oh, good.
So Bolinskis moves it back to Lundell. Rodriguez on the rush. He got Lundell. Rodriguez gets robbed.
Man.
And then the puck bounces off of Samo. Man, that was such a beautiful chance. Don't you do it. Don't surrender a shorty. So we'll have time for one last rush here.
Oh, the ref blocked Samo from going around.
That's just Samo's luck this season. I can't blame the ref. He has orders to make sure Samo doesn't score. Did we know Manny Ramirez's son is on Team Brazil in the World Baseball Classic?
Oh,
Boquist.
Oh.
Yes, at least they're showing some fights tonight. So yeah, Malkin suspended 5 games for slashing, and Tree posted the Ryan Gosling the screaming and frustration meme from the Blade Runner sequel. I have the original Blade Runner in this collection. I just haven't watched it.
Woo!
He just hit a home run off of Jacob deGrom. Glenn says, why didn't we trade Bolinskis? Because Zito did not want to press the panic button and sell.
What was the question?
Why didn't we trade Bolinskis?
Why would we trade Bolinskis? We just signed him to a 2-year extension a couple of months ago or a month ago.
It's the opposite of Mortimer and Randolph. Tell him to get out there and sell! Sell!
Yeah.
That was the Leafs fans trying to drag Treliving out of his office. Sell! No, we don't mean a third for Scott Lawton. Are you kidding? We paid a first and a prospect for that man. Apparently, the Red Wings have had just 1 shot since killing the penalty in this period. Not DeGrom, it was Logan Webb. So yeah, Kachuk has now reached 7 goals. He definitely has more goals than Samo now. Probably has more goals than Verhaeghe. Three on 2 for the Red Wings.
Who has the Red Wing goal in the power play midway through the game that tied it up at that point. Since untied on the power play with the Chuck.
Dave H10 says Zito is the best GM in the league. Other GMs would have panicked and started dumping guys. Yeah, any trades to legitimately improve the team, they can wait until the summer.
Good job, Bubba. Oh, no!
Whoa.
Where's the puck? Did he keep that out?
Bob, are you okay?
Get up, Bubba.
Bob?
He's okay.
You better be okay. Only 4 goals away from having more than Rodriguez. That's totally doable for...
Nope, did not go in. Boy, they tried.
Larkin had a great chance while he fed Raymond, and then the puck almost slipped into the net.
Yeah, I'm surprised Larkin wasn't able to put it in there.
A 17-year-old pitcher just got Aaron Judge out on a bases-loaded double play. So Bob actually gets a smidgen of puck luck for once. The Red Wings still lead scoring chances 12-9 in this game. So, whoa!
Oh, here we go!
Oh man! The puck. If Marchand could have hung on to that puck.
It's just those are the little things. Last year, that's a guaranteed goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This year, just can't quite. Just off a half a step.
Gibson makes another save. 14 minutes to go, at least on our clock.
Yeah.
Holdovuk calls for a Bob empty net goal. Yes, please. Goalie goal is pretty much the only thing Bob hasn't accomplished.
Yeah.
When was Marchand's last goal? Let me look that up.
Oh, I don't think Reinhardt tagged up.
You don't think that was onside?
Oh, sketchy.
The Ducks just made it 1-0 against the Habs. Yes. It was in the Leafs game. Well, that's right.
Why not? All right, well, there's the save anyway.
Wasn't that an empty nets goal, though? Or he opens the scoring in that game? Actually, True says this is a good game.
So far, yeah.
Part of your battle plan. Florida with chances now and Gibson with 2 back-to-back candies.
If history has taught us anything,
Let me go see if she wants to come in at all.
Leia's probably please.
No,
Hello?
last time I had to call her in. Come on.
To get the most out of
Come
life.
on.
That's why we use grass-fed and finished
Layla.
beef. 0 sugar and up to 12 grams of protein.
Now the Habs and the Ducks are tied at 1. Hey, lady. Good girl.
Okay, good girl. Good girl. Okay.
Manny's son just struck out on a pitch clock violation. Pitch clock vocation. Yeah, the boys might be coming back, but it's too late.
Well, I mean, eventually they're going to win a game, right?
Mm-hmm. Bobby believes Bennett's, Reinhardt, and Verhaeghe were all ghosts at the start of the season. Marshy was the only one.
Yep.
Sebas says only 3 guys have 20-plus goals on the team this year. Can you name those guys?
Reinhardt, Marchand, and Bennett.
At least so far this season, oh boy, 45 assists. A lot of setups to Dylan Larkin just like that. But he's mucking into 200-foot player, much like Larkin. He's had good success the last several years scoring goals, but usually he's around the 40-goal mark. So I'd like him to get up to there. He doesn't shoot the puck as much as he did a year ago. They'd like that to happen more. He's got great shots. If he's making passes like that and end up in goals, I guess it's not a bad switch.
All right, so good shot with the puck. Wow.
Oh,
Gibson's mask came off. Adrado says playoff Bennett is an all-time player. Shame he only shows up in the playoffs.
Look at that. We'll look at what a shot to the head pretty much on Darlene from Evgeny Malkin into this 5-game suspension.
Ouchies.
Phone hearing for Evgeny Malkin of Pittsburgh, who was quiet at the deadline, but their biggest pickup is Sidney Crosby is back practicing in full contact jersey. So the Penguins are going to get Crosby back, but they're going to lose.
So the Penguins were just about to get Crosby back just for Malkin to crash out. Benny is on track to have a career season this year. Really?
Yeah, points-wise, yeah.
All right, so Dave H. 10 says they miss Barkov's leadership as much as his game. You don't just replace that.
Yep.
Yeah, Bennett is one of the only reasons
and that's icing.
They're not the Canucks of the East this year. He's been fantastic. 12 and a half to go in the third.
He looked up, and that happened, and the puck moves. You go to shoot it, and it ain't there. But more times than not, it is. It's a frame of a finish.
Philip says, here's a question. Which Panthers players who did not play at the Olympics play for their respective teams at the IIHF Championship this year?
That I have no idea about, to be honest.
So the Red Wings goal here tonight in the power play. Just 8-5 on 5 goals the past 9 games for Detroit.
So
our guys should be banned from any hockey until the beginning of next season.
Oh boy. Bob with the
Bubba
stop.
again. Jeez.
Bob has been training with Cirque du Soleil. Well, we've known that for a while. How else would he have pulled off that bobbery against Tampa? Well, now that Bob knows his he's not getting traded, he has extra motivation to play well for new contract.
Yeah.
Tipsy says, Bob, where was this earlier this season? Steven, according to, what was it, Zito, who said that most of that noise came from outside rather than inside
That
the
was
organization?
Maurice that said it. Oh, almost.
Maurice,
Yeah.
saying that's basically a Canadian team thought they would be clever and try and stoke the fires of a potential Bob trade.
Oh, look, Staniskevich lost the puck.
And that's offsides. How did that not go in? That's gone in 5 out of 6 times this season for everyone.
Yep.
Soflo says, nice to see Kulikov out there. Wait, what?
What?
Soflo breaking some NFL news. Max Crosby to the Ravens.
Oh, boy.
Jake says, just like Jaws said, a bunch of BS just to get clicks. There's a Red Wings player who fell rather awkwardly.
Oh, who is that? Is that
That's
Larkin?
Larkin. He is in
no.
pain. And they've blown the
Oh,
whistle.
God, I hope it's nothing we did.
Larkin immediately
Oh, he
being
is.
helped down the tunnel. What happened? Oh, I don't know.
Oh, he did that to himself.
Ow.
That's his knee.
Ow,
Ow,
owie,
ow.
owie, 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 owie. Owie, 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 owie.
Oh, no.
It's like, no, God damn it.
Oh.
Ow. 4-3 Dallas.
He just got stuck.
Which one? His right? Ah!
Oh, he hyperextended the
I
right
saw
one,
the,
yeah.
the right one.
The
Ah!
left one got stuck. And then that knee is not supposed to bend that way.
The knee is not supposed to spend that.
Oh, that's an MCL. That's an MCL. That's a sprain at least.
That's at least a sprain. That's I hyperextended my knee once.
Yeah.
I was lucky to have it pop back into place.
Yeah.
Immediately, but I had a bone bruise after that.
Damn.
Jessica chucking around says, Larkin just blew his MCL out.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oilers couldn't get past Bob twice, so they tried to start the idea of him being traded.
Although they'll argue that case, but to no avail. Edmondson says no. Bill Larkin says, I'm in a whole lot of pain right here.
Oh, man. Hate to see that.
Stevens is praying nothing too long.
Yeah, that would suck, man.
Damian also reporting Max Crosby to the Ravens. Let me see if Twitter is saying that.
Certainty matters. So when you need the right high-quality promotional products, printed.
Jeff Skinner did not sign with an NHL team prior to today's roster deadline for playoff eligibility. Interesting. Cito said he was not making deals for the sake of making deals, want to sign the player.
Good guy.
There's nothing here on Twitter about Max Crosby. Hot Dog says, yes, it's true, but not processed yet.
Girl, you know it's true. Ooh, 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 we fooled you.
No, we did not lose anyone today.
Nope, we didn't do. We didn't. We were the league's worst sellers. That's for sure.
The Raiders are Raiders to the trading Max Crosby to the Ravens for the 14th overall pick and additional compensation. So the Ravens gets really one of the biggest defensive stars in the league, if I'm.
All right, what do we got? 9 minutes left.
Mr. Spock says losing Larkin on the night the trade deadline is over is bad luck.
Come on. Let's get one.
Can we take Jeff Skinner as a reclamation project? 8:42 to go in the third. Habs take a 2-1 lead over the Ducks. Bobrovsky, 185 goals against average, 28-8-2, and did that say 935 save percentage in his career against Detroit?
Remember, for a long time, Detroit's not been good.
Henderson, why are you laughing at the Raiders for trading Max Crosby to the Ravens?
Come on, Samoskevich, do something other than lose the puck. Oh, look, he lost the puck.
And
oh, we got it back. Nope, he
the
missed the net.
Heat won versus the Hornets tonight. Oh, good.
That's like the quintessential Samoskevich shift. Comes into the zone, loses the puck, gets it back, misses the net. Oh, well, they acted like it went in. Boy, Colorado really paid a lot for Kadri. Holy shit.
Yeah. I think that would be offsides, even if we score, that's offsides.
Well, I don't know. There's another shot. So what do we got? 7:13 left.
7:13 to go. Who's been doing good this game so far?
Well, Kachuk's got 2 goals. Can't praise the goalie. The fourth line's actually been pretty decent tonight, considering who's on the ice.
All right, so less than 7 minutes to go. Bennett with the puck. He waits.
Yeah.
Mackie Samoskevich reminds you of Seth Griffith.
No, now come on now. Who said that? They need a 10-minute ban.
Stevens says, I will say this is my first game I fully listened to the stream, and we are winning. Glad to have you here, Stephen.
Samoskevich is way better than Seth Griffith ever thought of being in his dreams. But I get it. He's had a shit year, so
the first time this season.
boy, I hope Larkin's not hurt. That would suck. Dude has stayed there and waited a long time for them to get good. That would suck if he got hurt before the playoffs. Ah! Oh, man, we got lucky there. We got bailed out.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, I was going to say, we had way too many men, right?
Did we just take a too many men
Yeah,
on the
because
ice?
Lundell was going to go off the ice, and his puck got intercepted, and the guy that he stays on, and his guy that was going to replace him came on too.
Philip says, remember when Swaggy used to score 30-plus goals Pepperidge Farm? Remember?
Yeah, I remember. Remember when we thought we were going to get rid of Verhaeghe because Samoskevich was going to take his 40-goal spot? Yeah. Yeah, back out, go back in. All right, Kyle.
We need to talk about soda because coffee's changed it for the better forever.
It's going to be another penalty kill.
Yeah, that's just thinking stupid penalty, but Lundell's pass, he sent it right to the guy, and so he stayed on.
Play Candy Crush All Stars now. NHL Now, weekdays 5 Eastern on NHL Network.
Maybe we'll get a shorty.
Habs and Ducks are now tied at 2. There were 7 players on the ice.
Yeah, I was going to say, it certainly looked like we had a little bit of an advantage there.
Thank you, Trevier. By the looks of that, unlikely to return tonight. So, well, now you become your face-off. Now, Dane is not a center. No.
5:21 to go in the third.
Well, 4 actually. Well, yeah, on the front line on that. Yep. And here's Raymond, the only defenseman is Sider. You got the draw ball. Here's DeBrinker.
All right, so
Just don't do anything stupid to make it a 5-on-3 again.
there's a
Good
clear.
job.
5 minutes to go. Apparently, Gudis scored in that game for the Ducks. There's another clear.
Florida's got great pressure short-handed. That's why they're so good.
Pressure right there.
There you go.
Split the seam, and that flag will clear it. The one way you have a chance to beat that is you must get over the line and then be patient and try to settle them down while they're running around, make the quick passes, get them standing still after that, and then make the right play.
Raymond got it back for Sider, back for Raymond again.
Kids Fund believes this year we could have used Gudis.
Gudis, especially when Jones was out. That Jones injury really, really hurt.
On the wing for Pop. Emmett Finney in goes Sandy Pelican. Finney on his backhand. He went down off.
When we get a too many men penalty, and then somebody has to serve it in the box, does the guy who serves it in the box get charged with 2 penalty minutes?
So we killed the penalty.
Because they always put Samuel in the box.
Battle back to the net. Turning is Casper.
All right, 3 minutes left. Probably only another minute before they pull the goalie.
Onto his forehand. Couldn't get a clean shot. Had to come back to him again.
Let's see if our luck has changed at all. Good job, Bubba.
Real Cinema says most of the team is back now. What the heck happened with Gadjo? Thought he was supposed to be back before Kulikov and Nosek.
Yeah. For the longest time, that's what we thought. I just wonder if part of the reason is they're just keeping him out to be one more guy that's rested for next year. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if we don't bring Jones back.
One of those games he didn't finish.
Good job. That's out. Okay. All right. Come on. Pull the goalie so we can get the empty net.
Out to center.
All right, so Sider moves it along.
In goes Emmett Finney.
Lundell with the puck.
Oof.
To the left wing. Tipped the rest of the way by Reinhardt.
Reinhardt keeps it going.
2 minutes and 8 seconds left. Come on, guys. Can we win a game?
All right, so
Kachuk.
Kachuk scores! Hat-trick!
Hey, Chucky! All right, Chucky, you get to throw the hat.
Woohoo!
All right. I'm going to throw it at... No, I'm not going to throw it at the mic. I'll do that.
Are
in the
you
recap.
insane?
Yeah, I'll do it in the recap. All right.
Real Cinema says
job.
Chucky single-handedly killing the tank. Yeah, this night belongs to Matthew Kachuk.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
That is his 6th career hat trick. His last hat trick was January 9th, 2024 at the Blues. Beck says, damn it, Chicken Chuck! Yeah, to think the Panthers almost considered trading Bobrovsky. Bolt says, what did I say last game stream? Well, Bennett's almost got an empty net.
Yeah.
For Hagee, could have had an empty. Phillips says, I had a vision from the hockey gods. Jaws, if you get the hat to land on the camera, we make the playoffs.
Okay.
Frank
All right.
says, I freaking hate this team. No, we're not back in the playoff hunts. Kachuk. 1 minute left. Mr. Krabs says, earlier today I got a notification that said, Kraken trade for Bob. You almost had a heart attack, but it was a different Bob.
It was a different Bob. Oh, we actually might win a game.
We just have to hold on for a 2-goal lead for 48.5 seconds. It can't be that hard, right?
Have you seen us this year?
Yeah, we actually didn't get screwed by the refs for once. So this has got to be a tough pill to swallow. The loss is one thing, but you might have just lost Dylan Larkin.
I hope he's okay.
Ouch.
Don't need that.
Okay to go by Sunday. They'll get Justin Falk, their newest member in New Jersey, most likely, if everything goes the way they
Rielson was this, don't give me hope.
Sunday's game will be on the network.
All right. Hey, Patel, Ron, thank you for the
Patel.
2.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, bud.
Says yesterday with the lack of effort and today energy.
Yeah, but they may just be playing more relaxed. Like maybe they're just feeling like, oh well, no pressure now, you know.
So
Being the only team since the end of November to go 2 games without a point, they won't get anything out of this one. After falling in extra time to Vegas.
Dave H10 says, first time in a long time Bob gets to finish the game without getting pulled.
Yeah.
Maybe the players felt they were the reason Bob almost got traded, so they're trying to improve their game now. Was Petrie the problem this whole time?
They're not looking for the drop pick position. They're going to try to win every scramble, every penalty kill, every scrub, and they did that tonight.
If they do finish, we said off the top in the bottom 10 in the lottery, they'll keep their pick. If they do better than that, Chicago will have it for the Jones trade.
The broadcast just pointed out the pick again.
Well, goal scoring for Detroit cemented the fact that they needed more.
All right.
Again, under a hot goaltender tonight, that's for sure. They had lots of chances to.
That is, we tried.
All right, 2 points.
2 points. It's been so long since we got to say it. 2 points.
All right.
And now we get to enjoy Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off.
We can come up with all sorts of coping scenarios how we still make the playoffs.
Patel runs. So next week they win and they're back in the playoff hunt and stress for Jaws.
Exactly.
We are no longer trailing the Leafs in the division. We're tied with them. So the broadcast immediately cut to Montreal and Anaheim. Sure, I'll pay attention to this. This game is almost about to head into the first intermission. So the Panthers take the victory. Matthew Tkachuk with a hat trick tonight. Yeah, Jaws' blood pressure won't be so high tonight. He'll actually have something to cheer for. Wow, Anaheim is outshooting Montreal 12-4. 4 in this first period, and yet the game is tied. So yeah, the Panthers finally snapped the losing skid. Well, that was almost a great chance for Montreal there. So yeah, 2 points. Mr. Krabs says you never thought Bob was bad. It's the defense that let him down. Yeah, this broadcast actually showed Coach Q on the bench. I thought he wasn't allowed to get screen time in this season. Trent says Bob looked much better. You think he was merely stressed about being on the trading block. And the first period is over. The Ducks and Canadians are tied at 2. You're going to watch Vegas and the Wild. Should be a good game. Suzuki and Hudson, the goal scorers for the Canadians. Gauthier and Gudis, the goal. That was just Gudis' second goal this season. Oh, wow. Now I get to see the coverage. Chicago scored one back to make it a 3-2 deficit against Vancouver. Meanwhile, the Stars still have the 4-3 lead over the Avalanche. And the Hurricanes have a 2-1 lead over the Oilers. Mr. Spock says, the Habs better wake up in the second or it's going to get ugly. Yeah, you're being outshot 12-4 through the first. Blackwood was pulled for Wedgwood. Buffalo says, thank you for beating the Wings. Got you covered, buddy. Although, no, none of us wanted to see that happen to Dylan Larkin. The human knee is not supposed to bend that far. So the Raiders have agreed to trade 5-time Pro Bowl defensive end Max Crosby to the Ravens in exchange for 2026 and 2027 first-round picks. Apparently, the Cowboys were willing to offer a first and second, but the Ravens offered 2 firsts, including this year's first. You're surprised Evander Kane didn't get moved at the deadline? So yeah, congrats to the Panthers for actually winning the game. And Matthew Tkachuk now has 8 goals this season. Which I think that means he has more goals than Samo and Mikkola combined. Yeah, the Ravens are in desperation mode. 2 firsts for Max Crosby. Trent says, I love the Panthers, but watch the Panthers pull the Dolphins and not get a top 10 pick. Patel Ron, you think the Panthers can go on a run if they play like this because the West Coast trip is winnable? How is Matthias? Last I heard, he's doing all right.
You think it's mechanical first overall pick to revisit that point? I do. Yeah. I do.
Yeah, the Ravens did have a horrible season. Nothing epitomizes that more than how they missed the playoffs in the final game of the year. On, what was it, a missed field goal, correct? By Tyler Loop. So yeah, this was all in all a pretty good day, I'd say, for the Panthers. We kept Bob, we kept Greer, we acquired Vinny. What's his name? The Dolphins released Jason Sanders. It is unfortunate, but between releasing him and releasing Alec Ingold, the Dolphins are now finally cap compliant. Yeah, that was vintage Kachuk tonight. I still don't know how Riley Patterson ended up basically taking Jason Sanders' job. Riley Patterson can't kick past 54 yards. Crazy Man says, why did we win? Matthew Kachuk.
The tables here, you can imagine that Jeff Blashill and his coaching staff were not happy. I mean, the players themselves don't need to be told when you're bad and sloppy. And sometimes the coach leads it to the players.
Yeah, the crazy thing was Ekblad doing a face-off and winning the face-off. Yeah, I know Jason Sanders was hurt, but he was only supposed to be out for the first 4-5 weeks of the season. I thought he was going to return after that. The Checkers win 5-3. Good for them. Havorka gets a goal.
In that same game, Vlasic down low, punching the Teravainen.
All right, so this was a very, very good day for the Panthers. Like I was in the middle of saying, we keep Bob, we keep Greer, we don't panic and sell off. We ejected Petrie. We ejected Petrie to Minnesota, and it's not technically like this. We essentially traded Jeff Petrie for a 7th, and we also got Vinny Hinostroza from the Wild And then we picked up Cole Reinhardt off of waivers. And we just won. We won against the Red Wings. Yeah, 5 games. Malkin suspended. He chose to crash out. I don't know what he was thinking. Urinating trees reaction to Max Crosby. Oh, lovely. The Ravens sent 2 firsts to the Raiders for him.
I mean, that about makes sense, right?
Apparently, the Cowboys missed out because they were willing to send a first and a second.
Jeez, you cheap bastard, Jones.
I mean, the Ravens offering 2 firsts. Who else is gonna match that?
All right, we just about ready.
Yeah, Adonis says now that was a win. Great game from Bob following the rumors. So glad he's staying a Cat for the rest of his career. You also want the draft pick in to shut the season down, but never mad about the win.
Yeah, I can't be mad about a win. Oh, there's a nice goal given up by Jari.
Yeah, Venestrosa was one of the first guys that Zito acquired in his regime.
Yeah, well, one of the first guys. Yeah. Yep. Okay, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us. Much appreciation. Thank you for all the super chats. We really genuinely appreciate it. I will be live tomorrow at noon, and then we'll take Sunday off. But I'll be here tomorrow at noon. We don't play again until Tuesday. And I'm sure I'll have a couple of videos out over on Sunday as well. I got a couple ideas. So other than that, we'll take the 2 points. That's 1 of 15 in a row. That's 1 of 15 in a row. That's Kyle's prediction. So, all right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah,
Adonis, thank you for the 2.
Hey, thank you, Adonis. Appreciate you, bud.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's Friday night. Everybody, go enjoy your night.
Friday night. Good night, everyone.